Hi guys, my name is Petra and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video I have a makeup tutorial for you guys. I decided to show you how I achieved this brown smoky eye look. I think this is quite easy, you know. I think it's also some of those things that really looks good on everybody. I think this warm brownish colors really complement any eye color, and it's one of those very timeless looks that, as I said, looks good on everybody, that you can rock on so many different ways, occasions, and why not just celebrating this like holiday season at your home with Netflix and some hot chocolate, because that's exactly what I'm planning to do. But as I said, I'm gonna show you step by step how I achieved this eye look. So I hope you guys are gonna like this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would really mean a lot to me. And let's jump straight into the video. So let's start. I did my foundation and my eyebrows, and I did a little bit concealer here. So I'm gonna go straight into eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my TooFaced Neutral Last palette because I just love it, you know. And as you probably know, it has a ton of really cool colors, but of course, because this is gonna be a brown smoky eye look, you can basically use whatever eyeshadow palette that you have, because those like warm brown colors are kind of generic colors, you know, that basically every eyeshadow palette has. So it's not like something groundbreaking. Of course, you don't have to use this eyeshadow palette for this look. You basically need, as I said, those like warm brownish eyeshadow colors, which is something quite generic and you can basically find everywhere. What I love to start always is with some kind of a base, you know, and because we're gonna do smoky eye, basically whatever we're gonna do here, we're gonna also do on the lower lash line. But I always love when there is like some transition in color, so I want to do something a little bit lighter brown for a base, and a little bit on the like crease. So I'm gonna start by this color here, which is Call Me Back, and I'm just probably gonna just dip a tiny bit of this one here, which is Set in Stone, and I'm just gonna use that as a base, and just a little bit of this darker one. Always tap whatever is too much of eyeshadow. You can always use some tissue because it's always much easier to add a little bit more, and I'm just gonna use this basically all over my eye. So then I'm gonna go into these two colors, this like very warm brown color, and this is a little bit cool one. So just want to make that mixture of these two, but I'm mostly gonna concentrate on this like warmer tone one. And when it comes to like smoky eye look, I would always suggest go for brown eyeshadow colors that has that warm like orangey and red undertones, because they're gonna be much more warmer on your eyes, and I think that's kind of shadow color that really complements whatever kind of eye color that you have. It's really gonna complement your eye color, and one of those very generic eyeshadow colors that you can basically find in almost any eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna use that same brush that I use for like this base. Basically you can skip this base part, is just something I always love to do, and I'm just gonna go to this Hot to Trot and Spank Me color here. Take whatever is too much and basically just put it on my eyelid like so, and concentrate on the corners same time, and just blend that whole thing. I think like brown smoky eye look is such a classic, you know. I think if you are maybe scared of doing like classic black smoky eye look, this is much safer option. You know, I think it's great for going out, for special occasions, basically everything. I think I think it's important just to have a little bit of practice, because I think people are scared of that like lower lash line because they don't want to look like raccoons and stuff like that. But I think just a little bit of practice, and I think it's one of those like safe options that I really do believe everybody can pull off. So I'm just gonna continue adding that to eyeshadow mixture on my eyelid basically. And what I always recommend is go for another clean brush without anything on, and just go a little bit like on underneath your eyebrow and this area, so you can blend everything without adding more eyeshadow on your eyelids. I think this is like the best option, just to blend everything and clean it up so it looks good. And as I always say, always be patient. You know, it's always better to go slowly and add little by little than do a lot at once, and then you're like stuck with that, with all of that eyeshadow on your eyes, and you don't know what to do with it. So it's always better to be patient and go little by little, especially when you're new into it. I'm just gonna continue the process and add just a little bit more center of my eyelids, like so. Again with a clean brush, just to clean whatever is too much. Then I'm gonna use the smaller brush and go again with these two colors and put it on my lower lash line. Because it's a smoky eye look, you wanna do generously on your lower lash line, but you know, just go little by little if you're just scared of overdoing it. So just prefer to use a little bit smaller brush. I think it's a little bit more precise. Of course, depending on how like dramatic you want this look to be, it depends how much eyeshadow you want to put. If you want it to be more subtle, just put a little bit less of eyeshadow. If you want it to be more, you know, dramatic, so to speak, or out there, you're just gonna continue adding eyeshadow. So it all depends basically on your personal preference and for what occasion basically do you need it. You can always use your foundation brush, your beauty blender or setting brush to take whatever like is eyeshadow fallout, but you know, always remember, the more you tap your eyeshadow brushes, or just take a little bit on like some tissue paper, the less eyeshadow fallout you're gonna have. Then I'm gonna use that same smaller eye brush and just take the tiny bit of this Spank Me eyeshadow color, which is a little bit darker, just to add a little bit more in the corners, but just tiny bit, nothing too much, just to give it a little bit more of dimension. Again, I'm gonna use that clean brush with no eyeshadow on, just to blend everything together. I'm gonna use this color here, which is called Such a Tease, and I'm gonna show you how it looks. It's this very nice shimmering brown color, which is really gonna complement the matte eyeshadow that we're gonna use. It really won't pop that much out because it's gonna blend with this that we already have, but that's basically what you want when it comes to the smoky eye. You just want everything to look like one piece. You can use your finger, which I'm gonna do. You can use some flat synthetic brushes as well, because they're really good with shimmering eyeshadow, especially if they're wet a little bit. So it all depends like what are you personally used to. Less eyeshadow is gonna stick to your finger than on synthetic eye brush, especially if it's a little bit wet, but it all depends like what's your personal preference. I'm just used to honestly doing it with my finger, but of course you can use whatever you prefer. And I'm just gonna put it like here on my eyelid. again, I'm gonna use that clean eye brush just to clean everything. And actually I'm gonna use this angled brush just to be more precise and put it on this like lower lash line as well. If you ever feel like you overdid it somewhere, just use one of these guys, especially in these corners. They easily end up there, so you can always use this. Then I'm gonna use this eyeshadow here just to put it in the corner of my eye here. If you want the center eyeliner to pop out a little more, you can always add something a little bit lighter, like this or something like that. Just a tiny bit in the center here, so it's just gonna give it a little bit of glow, like that, basically. And basically that's it with when it comes to the eyeshadow. Then next up I'm gonna add this NARS high pigmented long wear eyeliner. This is in color black, but you can use also something in like brown color or something like that. Just a tiny bit on my lower lash line, on my waterline, actually just a tiny bit of that. So, and I always love to use that smaller brush just to kind of blend that somehow. In that way the line won't be so visible, you know, as a line. It will be more like more blended in. And that's that when it comes to my eyes. Then I'm gonna bronze up my face. I think that's a very important step in like having a brown smoky eye look, is also to have like a lot of different brown shades on your face as well. I think going for like very nice warm brown bronzer is a great option. Also when it comes to blushes, even though I'm not using blushes because that's not really something I'm very used to, I wouldn't very recommend going for something very pinkish and red. Something more like on peachy and brownish side will really complement the look. So I'm gonna use my NARS Laguna just to bronze up my face. What's important when it comes to the bronzer is it's not starting from like the center of your cheek. You always want to start from this area next to your ear, because that area should be the darkest and then should be blended nicely when it comes like closer to your nose. So always start from here and drag it down. Put my mascara. I'm first gonna curl my eyelashes. It's very important for your eyelashes to be quite seen when it comes to brownish smoky eye and smoky eye in general. You don't want to go like basically mascara free, because that will look very weird. Of course, you can put false lashes if you prefer that. I'm quite clumsy, so I stick to mascara, but definitely it's also very important to add mascara to complete that whole look. So first I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. And for my mascara, I'm gonna use Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. So let's go. Coat, I'm gonna use this Falsies Lash mascara, also from Maybelline, and I'm gonna put the same mascara on my lower lash line. done. Then for my highlighter, I'm gonna use this TooFaced Love Light highlighter in shade You Light Up My Life. Last step but not least are my lips. I'm gonna line my lips with this Colorpop Lippie pencil in shade BFF, and this is basically just a typical nude color for your lips, which I think, like with brown smoky eye look, the best option is maybe to go for very nude lips. I think that's gonna really complement your eye look. Overlining your lips, I always first line them straight where my natural line is, and what I would always suggest, always corners, keep them the way they are. Like, don't overline your lips in these corners, always make them connect here. They should always start from the same point, like in your corners. If you want to overline them in this area here. Like when it comes to the lower lip, you can overline this area here, and because that will give it more like a shadow and make it bigger. And when it comes to upper lip, don't overline them in the corners here, always make them come to your natural line, but you can overline them in this like bit here. And my advice would be always line them like your natural lip line, and then add little by little in this area if you want to add a little bit more. As you can see, that way it will look the most like natural way possible if you know what I mean. I love how like I'm talking about overlining your lips, but do it in like natural way. Like, yeah, sure, Susan, nobody knows that you overline your lips. Then I'm gonna go actually for my Huda Beauty liquid matte lipstick in shade Transcender, and I love this matte lipstick from Huda. She makes such a great pigmentation stuff generally, but like just lipsticks and stuff like that, but they're very comfortable. You see, it's like this really nice brownish color, and I'm just gonna add that basically in the corners of my lips. Like I won't do like my whole lips with it, because I think that maybe would be a little bit too dark. So just fill like corners and just avoid the center area. Love these lipsticks. They are so pigmented but so comfortable. And just because I want to give it a little bit of like a shine and lighten it up a little bit more, basically you can use some like lighter lipsticks. For example, I have this Anastasia Beverly Hills, but honestly I don't really use this for anything because it's anything else, just that because it's too light for me to put it all over lips, and it's quite dry honestly. And if you want to save yourself a little bit of money, you can always add just a tiny bit of concealer in that area. But I'm gonna use this L'Oreal, this is Colorpop Riche Shine in shade Sparkling Rose, and I just love how it gives that nice like shine, but it's not like too much, and it's just gonna give a little bit of like lighter shade to my lips. This is the final look basically. I hope you like it. As you've seen, it's really not that complicated. As you said, you can use basically whatever eyeshadow palette that you have, because I think majorities of eyeshadow palettes do have that like warm brown eyeshadow colors. You know, this is like a great way to feel that like extra glammed up. It's really nothing hard. I think this is like one of those like timeless eyeshadow looks. I think this is an color that really is gonna complement whatever eye color that you have. It's really gonna complement blue, green, brown, black, whatever kind of eye color that you have. I think it's really gonna make your eyes pop out even more. And as I said, I think basically any eyeshadow palette that you have has at least like one that warm brown color that you can use to achieve this look. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That would really mean a lot to me. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!